I like watching bad movies. There, I said it. I'm not ashamed. I like bad art. You might think I'm being overly aggressive here because I don't want to be judged. And so before you judge me, I judge myself, throwing you off guard with a little 1-2 punch of, I like the bad, plus I'm proud I like the bad. And you might suspect, nay, even be confident, that I'm just as ashamed about liking the bad movies as you think I should be. You'd be wrong, of course, and you'd be giving me credit for cleverness I don't have, which would make an ass out of you and me, I assume. The thing is, I'd prefer to watch an unknown to me and probably bad movie over a good movie any day. Because the thing is, the good movie is likely to be good. Millions of people have already watched it and dubbed it to be so. And because I know the good movie is good, and I enjoy it, I can partake in that enjoyment whenever I want. The good movie will always be there, just hanging around, willing to listen to my problems or make me a nice meal. But there's no mystery, no excitement, and no, I'm not somehow using relationships as a metaphor for my bad movie watching. How dare you? I'm single, and you can get my number from any of the organizers after the show. All of which is to say that this is a story about my friend Indy and our experience with Orutsuro Doji, Legend of the Overfiend. I met Indy during a pre-freshman year outward bound program where we romped around the wilds of West Virginia for a few days, or maybe just a day trip. It was a year ago, and don't hold me down and scream, "The facts! What are the facts, sir?" in my face. We talked about movies, about anime, about creating a club where we would gather others to watch such things, including bad movies, and about how watching bad movies is a communal experience. The joy not so much guaranteed by the movies themselves, but in suffering through them together, or sharing joy at finding an unknown treasure. Jack Frost, a film about a killer snowman. I'm looking at you. I'll say now that Indy is not Indy's real name. Indy was the name of the dog. Indy's real name was Ulysses Alejandro Jones. He wore the Indiana Jones hat and had a leather jacket and also, I think, had a whip. Maybe it was all some really deep masking for his BDSM habit. Maybe it's been so long I'm misremembering that his last name was Jones. He was black. Why the fuck did I mention that? Oh yeah, I'm a white person. America's a racist society. We grew up breathing, eating, drinking racism, and so now I mention Indy was black as if it was the strangest thing about the whole experience and his personality, as if a white guy who cosplayed in real life as Indiana Jones would be any less weird. Though I don't think Indy was weird at all. As much as I thought any of my friends in college were weird. He was awesome. He was a good friend. He disappeared after freshman year, and I've been unable to find him since, and you'd be surprised how many Ulysses Alejandros there are on Facebook. Or maybe you wouldn't be. That's the white person bias again. Whatever. This story isn't about my lack of racial consciousness or Indy or bad movies in general. It is about the time we got together, our club, to watch Orotsuko Doji, Legend of the Overfiend. In the TV lounge at Thurston Hall, a freshman dorm that housed just under 1,000 students. We reserved this TV lounge on the hopes that a bunch of people would show up, but it was just about 5 or 6 of us diehards. And we were excited to watch this movie because I'd talked it up. See, I'd become aware of the Legend of the Overfiend because it had been played at an art house theater a few towns over where I grew up. And I'd been eager to see it at the time because it was anime in the theater. And I had never imagined that could happen again. And if it was right in the theater, or if it was in the theater, it had to be good. And if it had to be not some kind of tentacle porn, right? Right. Imagine a movie where within the first 5 minutes, a woman is assaulted by several demons with tentacular penises. Violent, dark, and so goddamn full of sounds. Like the sound system in this freshman dorm TV lounge was amazing. Imagine the TV lounge was just off the main entrance of the dorm. This dorm that housed, I remind you, 1,000 students. And any and all of them walking by just had to turn their head to see a Godzilla-sized monster with a triple penis spraying down the entire city with a bright, destructive ray of cum. Imagine! We turned off the TV real quick, but we couldn't figure out how to turn off the sound. There was just moaning and squelching and crying, and it was probably us crying with shame and nervous laughter, and there we were. The screen dark, but the sounds. Coming from everywhere in full Dolby surround sound capability. Somehow we shut it off. Somehow we got the DVD back to Tower Records. Somehow we soldiered on in our quest for bad movies, deciding never again to watch in a space so public where we couldn't bar the door if necessary for our own protection. Indy and I, we made that mistake together, renting the Legend of the Overfiend. That year, we built a strong enough core group that throughout college, we had regular hangouts where we watched The Head or Castle Freak or anime that suddenly turned surprisingly sexual and look, we don't know. We just looked over the cover and said, oh yeah, our bad. A number of people I know left after the first year. One had owned his own construction company and realized he didn't actually need a degree to do so. Others left for family reasons or money or for their own mental health. I don't know why Indy left. I just know I missed him then, and I still do. Look, I know this story seems to be about racism, tentacle porn, bad taste in art, but really it's all about love and what we do to make that shit work. And I failed. I think I failed. Thank you. Merci.
Whoopsie daisy. Give it up for James. Start my titty. Y'all, what is this? Also, if y'all didn't know, I'm a suspiciously large woman, but I'm a drag queen. These are not real. Give me a moment while I adjust my titty. Oh, I mean, where do I go after a three-dicked Godzilla? Also, where do I get a three-dicked Godzilla? That's what I want to know. Spooge on me, baby. All right, so yeah. Anime porn. Can we hear it up for anime porn? I know. You sick fucks. I will also tell you, I have fallen down the rabbit hole many a time and found myself finishing to rather questionable cartoons. And afterwards, I'm just like, yeah, Mikey, this is pretty low even for you, but let me screenshot this for next time so I can fucking find it again. Oh God, yeah, bad movies. Who loves bad movies? Yeah, same. So I think my favorite bad movie that is now a cult classic is Showgirls. Who remembers Showgirls? Oh, thank you. It's a queer classic these days, but I remember being like, Mom, please, let me go watch Showgirls. She's like, no, honey, there's sex and all this. I was like, I don't care about the sex, Mom. I just want the makeup and the glitter. And she was like, you little queer little thing. No, you cannot go see it. Well, I snuck in and I saw it and I changed my life. And here I am today. This is what happens. Her biggest fear was really that I was gonna see the sex. I remember her telling me, no, me and your father, we're gonna go see it first. We'll check it out. Maybe you can go see it. Well, it didn't happen because of that pool scene, but Showgirls is my favorite all-time bad fucking movie ever. I don't give a shit. The acting is horrible, the cinematography is horrible, but the costumes are good, and the titties are great, right? All right, well, that's that. Let's move right along, shall we? All right, story number 2 in the best of is Carsick, written by Brittany Kraft and read by Laura Herter. Give it up for Laura. Hey, car sick. Is this a vomit one? Did I give it away already? Oh shit, my bad.